Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We have more gaming and PlayStation news, rumours and leaks to go over. A huge shout out to the God of War and Uncharted channel members, and if you enjoyed today's video, please show your support by hitting that like button. So we have the Summer Game Fest 2025, which is shaping up to be one of the biggest ones to date, and the annual event organised by Jeff Keighley is set to feature over 60 different partners this year. That's a record number for the showcase, and it just shows how much the event has grown since it started back in 2020 as a digital alternative during the pandemic. So what does having 60 plus partners actually mean? Well, it means a wide range of game publishers, developers and tech companies will be involved in some way, shape or form, whether they're showing off brand new trailers, giving away gameplay previews, making announcements or just being official sponsors for the event. Some of the major names already confirmed include PlayStation, Xbox, Bandai Namco, Capcom and CD Projekt Red, just to name a few. These are some of the biggest players in the gaming industry, and their presence signals that we can expect a lot more exciting news and reveals during the event. Summer Game Fest has steadily become one of the most anticipated gaming events of the year, especially now with E3 gone for good. This is a space where most major publishers are choosing to reveal their latest titles, update fans on existing games, and sometimes even surprise us with unexpected drops and demos. For viewers, it's a chance to see what the future of gaming looks like, certainly with indie surprises to blockbuster AAA gaming experiences. So are you looking forward to the Summit Game Fest? I have to say I am looking forward to it. I know we get loads of games that for a lot of people it's not really what they're looking for. It is a 2-hour show, and often it's full of games that a lot of people are probably not interested in, but it is one of the biggest gaming events of the year and something to look forward to, because we do get some really good game reveals at the same time. So for me personally, I'm excited for it. It's something to look forward to. We get to see a ton of new gameplay. We get to see new game announcements and confirmation, hopefully, of release dates for some of the big games still due out in 2025. And of course, we've got Hideo Kojima present at this event, and PlayStation are also making an appearance. So that, for me personally, just elevates it to another level. And for me, on this channel, this will probably be one of the first live streams that I'm hoping to do next week when the Game Fest goes live. So keep an eye on the channel and for future updates on that live stream. Anyway, let's move on. So Sony has just launched a brand new PS5 commercial as part of its wider Days of Play promotional campaign. The main idea behind this new ad is simple. It's to convince players that PlayStation 5 isn't just a console, it's the place to be for unforgettable gaming experiences. The commercial leans into that theme quite hard. I have it running in the background. Let me know what you think of it, or if you get a chance to watch the trailer after this video, go ahead and give it a shot. Let me know what you think. It is filled with fast-paced clips from some of the platform's biggest titles, both recent hits and upcoming games. So amongst the lineup, you'll recognize names like Ghost of Tsushima's spiritual successor, Ghost of Yotei, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the squad-based sci-fi shooter Helldivers 2, Kojima's upcoming sequel, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, bit of a controversial one, but Bungie's mysterious marathon game, where, let's be honest, the jury is still out on the game, but we'll see it when it launches later this year. We've got Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I have to say was a fantastic game, and of course, the fan favorite Astro Bot. The whole point of the ad is to give the feeling that these experiences are just too good to pass up. It's not just about showcasing the graphics or the gameplay, it's about creating a sense of urgency. You've heard of FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. It's trying to create that sense of urgency. Like, hey, if you're not here playing these games on PlayStation, you're missing out. That's what they're trying to create with this advert. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a Sony announcement without a little bit of backlash. Some people online were quick to point out that a number of these games are already either available on PC or they're planned to come out on PC further down the line. And then there's the ongoing criticism around Sony's live service game strategy, which hasn't really won over hardcore fans. Still, despite those concerns, there is no denying that the PlayStation 5 continues to deliver high-quality games, and last year's Astro Bot was widely praised and obviously won Game of the Year. And with titles like Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2 on the horizon, it's clear that PlayStation's narrative-driven roots are still alive and well, even if its multiplayer ambitions haven't quite landed yet. And not only that, as we've seen from the Days of Play discounts, the PlayStation console right now, and you do have a few different versions to pick from, is proving to be the best hardware deal in gaming right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and let's move on. CD Projekt Red, the team behind Cyberpunk 2077, is officially moving forward with its next big game, the sequel to Cyberpunk. For now, it's simply being called Cyberpunk 2. Although during early development it was known under the codename Projekt Orion. According to CD Projekt Red's latest financial update, the project has moved from the early concept phase into full-on pre-production. That means the ideas are in place, the core direction has now been locked down, and the team is now starting to build the actual game systems and game content. There's still a very long road ahead, and we probably won't see this game for years. Realistically, we're looking at a game that's coming out on the PlayStation 6, or certainly that kind of time frame. It's definitely going to be a cross-platform game for PS5 and PlayStation 6. Meanwhile, CD Projekt Red shared that the Phantom Liberty, the well-received expansion to Cyberpunk 2077, has passed the 10 million copies sold mark, which is a big win for the company after the rocky launch of the original game. Both Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty are set to release for the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 in June of this year. Also worth noting, Mike Pondsmith, the creator of the original Cyberpunk universe, hinted that the sequel will take place in a brand new city. No further details have been shared, but that tease alone should be enough to keep many fans excited. Are you a big fan of Cyberpunk 2077? How do you feel about the game now entering production? It's still years out, of course, that's the problem. It's going to be at least 3 or 4 years even before we see anything relevant for this game. I feel if we're lucky, 2028 could be an optimistic release date, but honestly, it's way too early even to be thinking about release date and release windows. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but for me personally, I really struggle to get into Cyberpunk 2077. I mentioned this on a previous video. I've tried playing the game 3 or 4 times and I can only get in around 3 hours before turning it off. I don't know why I feel like this with this game. I mean, the game looks fantastic in every way. I do want to commit to going at least 15 to 20 hours into the game at some point and then making my mind up about whether I want to continue or give up for good. But I haven't got that far yet. So hopefully I'll give it a try at some point. Over the next few months, there's so many games coming out, I just don't know when I'm going to get the time, but it is on my radar. Anyway, let's talk about Everywhere from builder Rocket Boy. Everywhere was first announced back in 2022 as an ambitious game creation platform that combined open-world gameplay with user-generated content. It was supposed to allow players to build their own games using a toolkit called Arcadia, ranging from racing to shooting mechanics with custom objects, maps, and AI enemies. At the time, MindsEye was revealed as just one part of the Everywhere platform, basically a built-in open-world action experience. But plans seems to have shifted in a big way since then. Fast forward to today, and MindsEye has now evolved into a standalone game scheduled to launch this June for PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. Even more interestingly, it'll come packed with its own creation suite, which originally belonged to Everywhere. So what happened here? According to Build a Rocket Boy, as development progressed, the tools they built for Everywhere were integrated into MindsEye, forming 3 core experiences. One is a story-driven campaign, the second is a live content platform called Play.MindsEye, and the third is a creation mode called Build.MindsEye. Basically, the studio decided to test out their game creation tools in Everywhere, but over time, the real momentum shifted towards MindsEye. Now, it's unclear if Everywhere will still be released at all or if MindsEye has fully replaced it. The studio hasn't confirmed either way, but it sounds like they're going all in on MindsEye for now, which does make sense. It's often easier to introduce players to a new game concept through a single polished title than through a wide open platform right away. I've tried looking into the build options for the console platforms in MindsEye, and to be honest, I was coming across conflicting reports. Some sites have reported that the world building and game building elements were only available for PC. However, other sites were reporting and saying that the world building elements are available on all platforms. However, on PC, you will gain more tools. So conflicting reports, not sure which ones to believe. The jury is still out in terms of world building elements, and we'll find out soon enough as the game approaches launch in a couple of weeks' time. I've had mixed comments from you guys in the comment section about this game, and generally around social media there's different opinions about the game. Some people are looking forward to it, Others are going to wait and see what it's like when it comes out before they commit to it. From what I've seen personally, it looks okay to me. I'm going to be getting it day one. I kind of know it's not the greatest game in the world, but I also don't think it's going to be the worst game either. I think it'll be fun. It's certainly not like some people are making it out to be in terms of how bad it's going to be with all the drama across social media. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm picking it up day one and I'll stream it on the channel, and those who are in two minds can see for themselves if it's any good or if it's buggy and clunky at launch. You can let me know what you think of it then. So let's move on. EA has officially pulled the plug on its planned Black Panther video game. On top of that, the studio responsible for developing the game, Cliffhanger Games, has also been shut down entirely. Now, for those who may not have heard much about it, the Black Panther game was first announced back in July 2023. It was meant to be a big single-player, story-driven game, a third-person action game focused on one of Marvel's most iconic characters. The game was still early in development, but had already gathered a lot of interest, especially because of the talent working behind the scenes. The team at Cliffhanger Games wasn't just any ordinary group of developers. They had some heavy hitters and some really relevant industry experience. The studio was being led by Kevin Stevens, who previously headed Monolith Productions, the company known for Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor series. Alongside him were developers with experience working on major franchises like Gears of War and Halo. So it wasn't just a promising concept, it had a strong foundation with real industry veterans on board. Unfortunately though, despite all of that potential, EA has decided to cancel the project and shut down the studio. Now, according to EA Entertainment President Laura Miley, the decision is part of a broader plan to focus more tightly on franchises that the company sees as key to future growth. In a message, Miley said that EA wants to concentrate its creative efforts and resources on titles that offer what she described as the most significant growth opportunities. So, what games are they focused on instead? Well, EA is doubling down on established titles and franchises like Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends. They've also got a few other big titles in development, including an Iron Man game, the third entry in the Star Wars Jedi series from Respawn Entertainment, and a brand new Mass Effect game currently being worked on by BioWare. While Miley described the decision to shut down Cliffhanger Games as hard, she emphasized that EA is doing what it can to support the affected employees. That includes trying to help them find new roles within the company, though layoffs are reportedly hitting other areas of EA too, including parts of its mobile and central teams. It's a real shame for fans who were looking forward to seeing what Cliffhanger Games could do with the Black Panther IP. This was shaping up to be quite big. A narrative-focused experience focusing on a hero who hasn't had a ton of solo attention in the gaming world. Now, it looks like none of that work will ever make it to players. Yet another studio closure and game cancelled. I'm not really sure what to say here that hasn't already been said before on so many occasions this entire generation. I just hope those devs impacted by the closure find work soon. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments about the content discussed in the video today, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next video.